the First Picture Show, an ongoing series where we discuss horror and thrillers from all your favorite streaming platforms and anything else we damn well please. I'm the man with no name, Jason Monet. I'm here with critic extraordinaire David Joseph. Hi, Dave. How's it going this week?
It's going okay. How are you?
I'm okay. I mean, I'm surviving the cold.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
I mean, horrible. That's a tough assessment. I mean, it's winter. It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold, not brutal. 0 is not New York City. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, maybe that's the way things should be.
I guess.
It can only make you stronger. And you need to be stronger.
That's Ouch.
Murder party. Parties. Some people love them. Some people hate them. Some people randomly go to them. And those people are occasionally trapped in a nightmarish hell where they must fight for survival by any means necessary. In Murder Party, a relatively timid and lonely NYC traffic cop, named Chris, decides to get out of his rut by using a randomly found invitation to a mysterious Halloween party in Brooklyn. What he actually finds is an abandoned warehouse filled with preening, drugged-out artists who have hatched a devious plan to use Chris to make their own cutting-edge work, all in the name of winning grant funding from a weirdly controlling patron. But, like with all art projects, nothing ever goes quite as planned. Dave, what'd you think?
So I had a lot of fun with this. And as soon as I saw the conceit of the film, I was like, this is going to be right up your alley, because these are your people. I mean, like your fellow artists.
Yeah, I do feel like there was definitely some interesting sly takes on a lot of people I know. Also, not just fellow artists, but fellow Brooklynites. It was sort of a double 1-2 punch there in terms of the satire, I think.
I mean, you could have been in this movie.
And maybe I was. It's hard to say. I think it's hard not to be charmed by this movie in some capacity. It's definitely a true indie.
For a first feature, I thought it was a pretty solid attempt, and I thought the writing was it was at least funny. I mean, I definitely think maybe some of the lines were a little cringeworthy, but they were clearly completely tongue-in-cheek, and I laughed at this a lot. So
well, how sober were you?
It was before work, so I was almost completely sober.
I'm sorry. Some of the scenes could have been probably funnier because the people that were delivering the lines just didn't quite nail the timing, or they didn't quite nail the delivery, or things fell a little flat. But still, overall, it was a funny film.
I enjoyed the camera work and just kind of reliving the mid-aughts in New York. I think that it definitely is something that a lot of people are gonna pick up on, but probably most people it won't even affect them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would echo a bunch of things that you just said. It was just the enjoyment of watching a DIY project with some real heart behind it, in a way. I mean, you could really tell that this was a labor of love for these people.
By and large, I don't have a whole lot of complaints. I thought the movie pretty much delivered what it was intending to.
I do feel like there was some filler in this film that probably could have been cut down. I mean, it was only 80 minutes, but it felt like maybe it was stretched into 80 minutes. I'd also say, in general, and I think this is true for anybody's first movie project, I think the editing needed to be cleaned up a little bit. There were some jump cuts that didn't quite connect and that didn't actually make sense. And then finally, overall, I do feel like the movie struggled a little bit to find its footing with the tone. I just think that it was trying to mash together a couple different elements, and both the elements were successful in their own right, but I don't know if they blended as well as they could have. Verdict? Would you suggest people watch it?
Yeah, I think I would. It stands on its own. It's not like you need to be watching it just to study the director, but when you kind of add that to it, though, it's even more interesting.
I would also suggest people watch it, especially if you're really into Saulnier in general, but also if you just want a relatively sort of easygoing Halloween horror movie that's really, I think, more funny than anything else. I think it's a good, not complicated movie to watch.